Hi everybody, my name is Danielle. Um, I'm starting this YouTube channel because I want people to be able to share their experiences with MPD, personality disorder. Um, I have my own experience. I have been married to one since 2013, and I have been with him since 2008. I will be sharing my own personal stories. If you want to believe them, that's fine. If you don't, that's totally okay too. Um, but every story I tell you is real. It really happened. And I would love to share your guys' craziest narcissistic stories too. It would be my pleasure to get it out there. I know there's a lot of people talking about this right now, but I haven't heard anyone share it from the victim's point of view. I've heard people, talk about how to heal from it, and that's great. Like, you need to know how to heal from it. It's an awful thing to go through. Trust me, I'm still healing. Um, God, I'm rambling right now. Um, but the stories I want to share are of what people went through and let people know that this is real. Like, people have, for the lack of better term, been through hell, male or female. I have known female narcissists and I have known male narcissists. And I can't tell you which one is worse because they're both bad. None of them are good people. And the worst ones are the ones that know they're narcissists and know they're hurting people. That's not okay. Um, but to be transparent, I am going to share a story with you right now. This was at the end of our relationship. I have two beautiful boys. They are amazing kids. Um, this was toward the end of our relationship, like I said. I knew he was cheating on me, but whenever he would take our boys, he would say he was taking them to the park. Well, he took his friend along one time, and his friend told me where they were really going. I told him I didn't care if you want to cheat, go cheat. It didn't matter to me anymore. I was done with him at that point. Um, but I told him my boys were not allowed around her. They weren't allowed anywhere near her. Well, I found out he was taking them to her house. I was very upset by this. And a little mini story. Yes, I am a natural redhead, and I have a very bad temper. But when my boys were born, I learned to curb my temper because I didn't want my boys to see that. Like, I didn't want them to see me get angry. That's not okay. Um, so yeah, when they were born, I really learned to curb that temper. Or should I say my boys did it for me. They calmed me down. Um, but that day, nothing was going to calm me down. He took them to the park again that Sunday. So I called, when he got back, I called his friend. And ironically, me and his friend, supposed to be his best friend, got along better than he did with him. So I called him up and I said, hey, can you come get the boys and take him for like 15, 20 minutes? Um, and of course he knew something was wrong. So he rushed over right away. He lived literally right next door to us. He rushed over right away. And he got the boys. And he asked me if I was okay. I said I was fine, but I did not want them to hear the discussion that was about to happen. So he takes him over to his house, and we proceed to argue. And yes, folks, I went through his phone. And I found all the receipts. I brought them too. I proved to him I knew where he was going with my kids. And I was not happy. And I reiterated, you want to go screw some other chick, go right ahead. But my kids are not to be around her. He then proceeded to argue with me back that they are his kids too, which is very true. They are his kids too. But here's the kicker. He may have been bringing home the money, but mama was doing all the raising. I was forced to be a stay-at-home mother. He did not allow me to have a job. He did not allow me to have money, cash, debit cards, credit cards, anything. I was not allowed to have it. And when I did get a job, he wanted to control how I spent my money or where my money was going, which is a form of financial abuse. And once again, I will do a video on financial abuse. It is one of the less well-known forms of narcissistic abuse. And no abuse, be it mental, physical, sexual, or financial, is okay. None of it. But I digress. We got into a very, very bad argument that lasted almost an hour. Needless to say, by the end of that argument, I was so angry. And he bent down on my level. No, I'm 4'11", y'all, okay? I'm 4'11". He bent down because he knew how mad he made me. And he was thinking I wasn't going to do anything. Side note, I've been told by many people that I have gotten into fights with, including men, that I hit like a man. Well, apparently it must be true. Because that day, I cold-cocked my ex and knocked him on his backside. He did not expect it. After that, he no longer took my kids around her. Because he knew mama wasn't playing. This was 2 months before crap hit the fan with us, and I kicked him out. 2 months. And no, ladies, gents, I did not let him back in. No. When I kicked him out, we were done for good. But I digress. We got into that fight. I was so angry, I was in tears. I'm not a crier. But when I'm mad enough to cry, you know you've done pissed me off. Like, you know. But yeah, we proceeded to argue for an hour. At the end of that hour, he found out Danielle don't play. Yeah. This is my first video, you guys, so you're going to have to excuse me. I ramble on a lot. I do have ADD. So I do ramble on a lot, and I apologize. But I was very angry. And I realized that was not the correct way to deal with that situation. Don't ever do that. It's not okay to strike somebody. But when you've had enough, you've had enough. And I had had enough. Like, really, I had had enough. I was done. And I did everything to save my marriage. I will be honest. I tried to get us into individual counseling, which I went. I tried to get us into couples therapy. He refused to go. I think I just knew instinctually that it was pretty much the end of our marriage. I really do. I have so many more stories like this. I can tell you how he isolated me from my family. He wouldn't allow me to really speak with my family. How he put trackers on my phone. Like, it's crazy. But I do want to hear your guys' stories, and I will read them on here. I'm trying to figure out how to work this thing. Trust me, I'm not so video tech savvy. I do plan to get a better webcam, but I need money for that. So, I am planning to do other things. I might do a Nice Guys series. I might do a Neckbeard series. I actually have stories from back when I was younger. I didn't realize what they were, but I do have stories from it. Some now that I realize as I'm older, we're older guys and really creepy. I'd like to do a creepy DMs one. Like, I mean, if that's something you guys would be interested in hearing, let me know. I know Reddit is full of them. And I could always go dig up some stuff on Reddit. If the person will let me, I would always love to get someone's permission. But any story I read on here will be anonymous. I will not say your name unless you're okay with it, and I would like that be specified in the email. I will not give out an email address. Everything will be completely blacked out. All the important information will be completely blacked out. But other than that, you know, you guys have a blessed Sunday. Have a great day. And I will see you tomorrow. Hopefully I will get some great stories to begin this with. Thank you so much, and subscribe.